I'm Amelia Arsenic.
I'm Pete Crane.
We make industrial music.
Yeah, so you guys are just on the show with the Melbourne SynthFest, and tell me, because that's what we're interested in here, tell me about your live setup. What are you actually doing for today? What did you do for today?
Well, we have the tracks and MIDI going into synths, which we twiddle knobs.
Both.
Yeah.
So we had a few Novation things in there.
We have the circuit mono station and just using all the filters on that.
Okay.
The overdrive filter is really nasty. The distortion has 3 types of distortion. Using the Launchpad to trigger clips. And
that was the Launchpad Pro, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, it's, to be honest with you, well, the Launchpad's pretty. Launchpad 1 is still pretty great, but it stopped being supported by this version of Ableton. So it's handy to just upgrade. And then it's the new Launchpad has brighter LEDs, so and it's like touch sensitive and stuff. But generally, it's, I mean, for what it is, because I'm not like an epic finger drummer. I'm quite uncoordinated. Yeah, all Launchpads are really good.
So mainly live? You guys are mainly just using live?
Yeah, we're running live today.
Yeah, but we make everything using Cubase in the studio because it sounds great.
Yeah.
And, you know, whatever, door's a door.
Doesn't matter, yeah. Like, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, like, I used to use Cubase, but then sometimes I use Pro Tools, but then I lost the little, like, thingy. Yeah. And then you're like, yeah, so just...
I always tell people to just sort of go Ableton, to be honest, because it has like awesome like built-in tutorials and stuff like that, but I personally prefer Cubase purely because I've been using it since like 97 or some shit like that, so... Yeah,
I used to use Cubase too. But it's, yeah, Ableton's good if you want to just go straight into live, because it's, I don't know, it's got the different modes.
So mainly sampling? Do your own sampling, or do you find samples?
Oh, actually, there are some found samples. At risk of repercussions, I'm just going to say, yeah, we sampled The Conjuring. There's some like, you know, like gun samples that are straight from YouTube.
Oh yeah, the guns. Because we were really into rap music at the time, and I'm like, let's make us...
Everyone like Cannonball and Records, it's all like...
So we're like, yeah, let's do that.
There's also a vocoded cat purring in there.
Is it your cat? Or
no, we didn't have a cat then, but you know, things have changed then, but it is just a YouTube cat. But yeah, it was like vocoded through Razer, I think. It's just an awesome vocoder, and yeah, it's just like that organic like opening and closing of a little mammal.
A little mammal. What else do we do? But we like synths. I used to have modulars. They're expensive. I don't have them anymore, but Pete's got...
He's this Moog guy.
He's a Moog guy. He's got the little fatty, which is great, and sadly discontinued because it's such a good...
Is it discontinued?
It is. It is discontinued.
That's missing out, because I got friends who have like the Voyager, and it's not anywhere near as like nasty.
I just think like
fatty. It's something special about it.
The one oscillator, like, because I played with the sub fatty or the sub one the other day, and I wasn't as impressed. I think the other one is better.
I liked it, but yeah, nothing's anywhere near as nasty. Like, I've got a Mini Tour as well, for what it's worth, but yeah, it's very stable, and it's nice to have. It's got some cool features under the hood, like that oscillator retrig, but which the little fatty doesn't have, so you kind of have to get in there and chop out the best notes out of every recording, because it doesn't retrig. But it's just nasty.
The Mooga Fuga filter is really great. You can get them on eBay. Like, I actually think, because the best part about a Moog is the filter probs. Well, one, you know, other than the oscillator. But what I'm saying is it's cool because just like you can get it for like on eBay for $300 or something, and then you can like that's quite a good.
But those are rising because they're discontinued as well.
Yeah, I had a Freak box which I did some like awesome stuff with, if I do say so. Like, I just love that, and I sold it on eBay, and I always assume that I'll just grab another one at some point when I need one again, but the prices on that have just like gone way up as well. That's probably my biggest regret, selling that. Like I had an Andromeda as well, I sold that, don't regret it for a second.
Yeah, but I had problems too. Yeah.
It was amassing problems at an alarming rate, and I'm very glad to have offloaded it to someone.
Totally.
So I've got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You mentioned before that you got out of you mentioned before you got out of the modular.
Yeah.
I'm curious about that because there's so many people who are getting into modular and they're obsessed, and you know, I've been calling it Eurocrack.
Eurocrack, that's a good way to describe it, and that's precisely one of the reasons. Because just from when you start touring and moving country a lot, it's expensive to just ship all this stuff around. It's not so much that I don't like it, it's just that it's really expensive to carry around. And I think also processing power, like Ableton, you can just do so much with it. And then, I don't know, it's just, this is like, you can spend all day making a patch on a modular and it's like really bleepy and like awesome, but then it takes up all the frequency and then you haven't done any vocals and then you just delete the track. So it's more of a discipline thing as well, because it's like I mean, you know, it's like with all the Nine Inch Nails stuff, like when he got into modulars, then there was just no percussion in anything.
You can tell when bands do it, like you can tell when Skinny Puppy did it as well, like when Kevin Key obviously did it, and then it's like, well, it's like I can tell that you're loving it, but I don't know if I am so much.
Yeah, so it's more, and then I just decided that I wanted to become better at writing songs, so actually try to put the vocal down first, because that's going to take up quite a lot of the frequency, and arrange around that. Because I don't know, does that make sense? I mean, but it is Eurocrack, it's amazing, I do love it, I'm not saying I don't like it, it's just too close. Like, we do, I mean, but Ben from Shiva, Pete's bandmate, who puts like layers on a lot of my tracks as well, and he's got like thousands and thousands of dollars.
That's like 5U like system that's pretty insane.
Yeah.
But personally, I've never gone down the modular path. I just prefer, you know.
So you're more straight up hardware.
I just honestly like it's just comes with a little fatty thing. Like it's just so goddamn good, and it's just 2 oscillators and a filter, like a low pass filter, and like that suits me. Honestly, I'd rather, like, workflow wise, it suits me, because I just want a super strong, like, if anyone like makes a better oscillator than a Moog, I'd like to hear it, but like it just suits me to lay that down and then mess it up in the box.
Did you guys hear did you guys play with the new Moog?
Yes,
I did play with the Moog, and it's amazing, and I want one, and it makes you cry.
Oh like, man, it's just so like,
but it's
instant like Prodigy, like wow, like oh man, it's huge.
Yeah, it's quite something. So it's like, but it is also the price of a car, you know.
It's like £10,000 or something.
It's 12k.
$12,000.
12,000 Australian.
Yeah.
Steal then.
But it's basically 3 synths in one, so it seems like a good idea. It has 3 sequences in it.
Well, none of that even matters, because when you play with it, put on the headphones, you press down the button, and it just sounds so damn good. Like, and that's like, okay, I don't care what it's doing under the hood, but it's great. So,
yeah, it does sound amazing. But I mean, it's interesting because it doesn't have like a component for the door. Like, it has it, so it's like.
Although, do you reckon that's a not yet? Because they've got that Ethernet port on the back of it.
I asked the guy yesterday, but that's what I'm liking about a lot of.
Do you think that'll have like multi-channel audio or something like that? Is it multi-temporal? Or I don't know much about it.
You can export all of the layers out, but.
Okay.
But anyway, I did download, like, something I like about the new Novation stuff is I do have kind of like, I call it cloud synthesis. They have this thing called components, which is cool. So you can save your patches, share them.
Yep.
But then when they upgrade stuff, like, you get all these new patches, and I kind of like that. And then also they have all of the, like,
because you just said you guys have got the base station 2, is that right? Or circuit
monostation, which is nice because it's like a modular, like has a modular bit but with no messy cables, so you can kind of just I think the other thing about modulars is that patch cables are kind of annoying, because then you're like, yeah, like, and you have to be organised. But I think people like that. I'm not trying to.
No, it works for some people. I'm not into it.
No, he's just not into it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I can dig it more. Like, I probably would never want the Moog one because, like, after owning an Andromeda, I'm so wary of, like, big flagship synths. Like, I just don't want to go down that road again because then, like, you know, the screen breaks and you have to replace that and it breaks and then it's just like every time you turn it on, it's like
it's like a child that you have to take care of.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah, I'd rather just keep it.
I think it's probably more expensive than children. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
It is.
And then one day it could just not turn on, and then what happens? So
yeah.
So what do you hardware wise? I'm just curious. I mean, I know you talk about the sub fatty. Little fatty, sorry. What else do you guys get into? Just
Nord lead.
Yeah, some of my favourite sounds from our songs are from the Nord lead too.
Yeah.
It's an old broken thing. It's like only one of the 4 outputs works and most of the keys don't work and the buttons you have to like really lean on them.
A live show casualty. It has some
it was
damage.
lent to another band and they covered themselves in like, I don't know, it was like black sludge. And it just never survived after that. So yeah, it's a bit of a live casualty.
The Access virus.
Yeah.
The snow.
The snow. Okay.
Snow's like the optimal
It's so
one.
good and it's like mini and just portable and it has so many good sounds
4
on
layers is just perfect. It's like perfect for the DSP that it has and like I think that's the best one.
What else did? And then but then
well, there's a lot of like filters and stuff like the filtered Lang, the filter Lancet. You know, TC Fireworks, and you know, just like I say, like I just like recording something strong and simple, and then messing it up with filters and effects after the fact.
Oh, and for vocals, the Solo 6.
Oh yeah, all the vocals are recorded with a blue baby bottle into a UA Solo 610.
Which is it makes everything sound like you can sing and stuff. It's great. I'd just recommend.
No, that's the production.
Thanks, Pete.
Your vocals are easy to chop up, like way better than mine because like I'm always like sharp, but your vocals are always like easy.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, they're much easier to edit than mine. You're much better singing.
Well, because Pete and I have moved, like we've lived in lots of different places, so we've just kept the best of the equipment. Really.
Yeah, but even when I was living in the UK, I took that UA preamp with me. I took my Dynaudio BM6A Mark IIIs with me, BM6 Mark III. Anyway, they're sick monitors. A few bits and pieces that have always made the cut.
But yeah, other than that, you know, usual suspects, Serum, Massive.
Yeah, today I was running a few instances of Serum that I was triggering from the controller.
Isotope stuff.
I don't use Isotope, but you can use it.
I like it.
It's horses for courses.
Yeah, I don't like using one thing that does everything. Like, I'd rather use like a couple of instances of different kinds of compressors and just parallel, like massage it up. I don't really like this sort of Isotope aesthetic or workflow of one-stop shops. I don't like one-stop shops.
Brian Morris Black will fight you.
Really? Does he? Okay. Oh, his stuff sounds sick. So. Yeah.
But you know what? I'm really like into granular at the moment. So that's my next exciting thing.
You're going to buy one of the tasty GR ones?
Which's the GR one?
That's like a hardware granular synth.
Oh really?
Okay.
I just used the one that's in Ableton, but like I didn't know. Oh, don't tell me that.
I was in Schneidersladen this year. They had like sick hardware granulars. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was that.
It's like a white,
is it a white
box?
thing.
Yeah, with a screen on the front. And
don't tell me that.
I think I did see that. Yeah.
There's also granulars on the iPad as well, which actually aren't too bad.
Yeah, I use like Sampler on the iPad. Well, I mean, I have it. I don't know if I've done much with it, but it's pretty damn good.
So things to go and investigate afterwards.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go play with all of the stuff that they've got in.
So of the synths today, apart from the Moog one, which we're all going to draw on, but no one can afford.
Yeah.
What have you seen today that you've gone, or the last couple of days that you've just gone? Yes, if I could.
Okay.
Slap down $4,000.
I got answers.
Well, to be honest with you, the Prophet stuff.
Oh, the sequential circuits. Which one? I didn't see any of that yet.
It's on. Yeah, I had a play with the new. Well, they had a few vintage ones out, and I used to have a Prophet 5, which sounds amazing, but I don't have it anymore. So I just was curious to hear how nice the new Dave Smith one is, and
The OB6,
really
is
good.
that
That's
does
good.
Dave have his hand in the OB6?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that sounded unbelievably good.
That's
Just got
that's
a great,
mine.
like a
Yeah.
nice fit. So like say if the Moogs are really like just bass like heavy.
Yeah.
I feel like the Prophets just have a really good mid fizz that's really nice, and it's like I don't know. I just would like that as a different kind of thing to having a Moog. So that's on my wish list,
Okay.
and some of the new Korg stuff looks very cute. I just like how cute it is. There's a white MS-20.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't mind the Alpha Odyssey.
Cute. And obviously, I went the Mini Brute, the Arturia Mini Brute.
Yeah. No, like number 1 on my list at the moment is the Novation Peak. Actually, it's just something
It's fucking
about
good, man.
It's just like I do like digital oscillators, and every time I hear it, it kind of does this kind of wobbly thing that sounds very kind of disaster piece. It's really capable of that kind of stuff. It's like my level of simplicity is like 3 oscillators, and you know you can do a lot with it, I guess. But yeah, so that's something I'm really into on my wish list anyway. And I was having a whack on that Nord Drum 3, and that's pretty nasty.
Didn't you say that was like everyone has given that one really good reviews? The Nord.
I don't know. Oh no, the drum though.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
the drum.
I did want,
okay.
the synths are good, obviously. Yeah, because obviously we like them, but yeah. And I was thinking like in like To Love Is To Destroy, like I would love to just play drums like doom doom doom.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
I was either thinking that or the Roland drum pad.
Oh yeah, that would be a good.
That's sort of like
because it can trigger backing tracks and click tracks and everything like that. But the Nord Drum 3 has some pretty cool, snappy as hell sounds.
Okay,
in it, so.
I'm gonna go play with that later.
Yeah, give it a whack. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we should go down and just check out the mess thing.
Yep.
If you haven't been down, it's actually do the tour still. Have you done the tour?
No.
It's worthwhile doing the tour because it's just like literally down there, and the stuff in that is just
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to say thank you very, very much for doing an interview, and I will send you links and so forth.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hopefully we didn't waffle on too much about stupid shit, but that's what we do in the studio all the time. So.
Alright.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, hang on, quickly before you go, upcoming dates.
I'm finishing off my Australian tour in Sydney and Melbourne, and then doing Europe next year.
Brisbane.
And oh yeah, what did I just say?
Melbourne.
Fuck.
You're in Brisbane on the 1st of December.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I don't even know. It's been like I've been on tour since June. I'm so tired.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Springfield.
You'll get a chance.
Hello,
to-
Cleveland.
I've done that before. I called. No, never mind. That sounded really wanky. Yeah, erase.
Yeah, we'll be playing. I don't know.
I'll put the dates up.
Just try and make Australians like industrial music, and maybe we'll play more shows.
Yes.